Students, today we are going to start your next chapter. It's chapter 6. It's a poem, The Solitary Reaper. Take out your books. Let's start your chapter today. Your poem, The Solitary Reaper. Explanation and reading of this poem. The Solitary Reaper. Behold her, single in the field, yon solitary highland lash, reaping and singing by herself. Stop here or gently pass. Alone she cuts and binds the grain and sings a melancholy strain. Melancholy, that means a sad strain. Strain, that means a sad poem. Oh, listen, for the vale profound is overflowing with the sound. In first paragraph, poet has explained that a girl, a solitary reaper, solitary that means alone. A single girl, a alone girl is working in the fields near the highland lash. Highland lash that means the areas where mountains or valleys are there. In the mid of it, some fields also exist. There she is working on her fields, cutting and binding the grains, reaping and singing by herself. She is also doing her work. What type of work she is doing? She is reaping. That means she is cutting the reapers. That means some grains are planted in her field. She is cutting those plants as well as binding them. And doing that work, she sings for herself. Stop here and gently pass. Here, poet is saying about himself that he stopped there and either he can gently pass. He can pass from that area. Alone she cuts and binds the grain. She is cutting the grains as well as binding them together and sings a melancholy strain. As well as she is singing for herself. Oh, listen, for the vale profound. And her voice was so sweet that every area, each and every portion of that area was completely profound. Profound means some of it, the area is completely out of their mind. Profound, that means पूरी तरीके से मंत्रमुग्ध होकर किसी को सुना जाता है. That is word. Actually, Hindi of that word is completely out of the mind. Is overflowing with a sound. And that sound, the music or the lyrics of that girl was overflowing in that area. No nightingale did ever chant more welcome notes to weary bands of travelers in some shady haunts among Arabian sands. A voice so thrill never was heard in springtime from the cuckoo bird, breaking the silence of the sea among the farthest hybrids. Second stanza, second paragraph is explaining that the girl. Now, in second paragraph, poet has expressed his comparisons. He is now comparing the girl's music, girls singing to the other things which are musical. First comparison he has made with the nightingale bird. No nightingale. He is saying that no nightingale can ever chant like that. The girl is so melodious that nightingale was similar to the girl's wordings. More welcome notes to weary bands. And her welcome notes was very, completely like, we can say, her notes were completely trying to ban the human beings. Those who were listening to that notes were completely bounded with that wordings. Of travels in some shady haunts. If some travelers were taking shelter in the shady haunts, they were listening to the music of that solitary reaper which makes them feel enthusiastic. Among Arabian sands, during the Arabian sand areas, near the Arabian sand areas, a voice was so thrilled never was heard. No one has heard this type of voice. In the springtime, just as the cuckoo bird sings, breaking the silence of the seas, and that voice was completely full of enthusiasm and full of energy, which breaks the silence of seas near the farthest hybrids, among the farthest hybrids. Will no one tell me what she sings? Perhaps the plaintive numbers flow for old, unhappy, far off things and battles long ago. Or it or is it some more humble lay, familiar matter of today? Some natural sorrow, loss or pain that has been and may be again. Third paragraph, Wordsworth has expressed his own feeling that he's thinking that what singing. This song contains plenty of numbers of old or unhappiness that exist within the girl's heart for old, unhappy and far off things. She might have sung this song as she was very depressed. She is singing about the battles that long ago has disrupted his family or members, or it may be humble. This is the familiar matter of today. She is singing about the natural sorrow, loss or pain that exists in her mind as well as in her heart, and maybe she is full of energy. Whatever the theme, the maiden sang, as if her song could have no ending. I saw her singing at her work and over the sickle bending. I listened motionless and still, and as I mounted up the hill, the music in my heart I bore long after it was heard no more. In the last paragraph, poet is expressing his own feeling that he is bounded with the maiden's song. The theme of the song was never heard again. That means he has passed out from that area. But still the song is heard in his ears. That means he was completely bounded with the music of that, the lyric of that song. He has never forgotten the words or the music of that song. I saw her singing at her work. He saw her singing at her work. He was sickle bending. That means he was cutting the grains as well as binding them together. He was listening her motionlessly and still. He completely felt like he was still like a statue. As I mounted up the hill, but still when he gained his consciousness and he moved from that area, but still his heart was completely filled with that music. And long after it was heard no more, he has never felt that he was far out from that area. He has completely stored all the music in his heart. He will never forget all these music, whatever he has heard while passing through the field areas. He will never forget all these words. Okay class, now question answers will be given to you afterwards. Thank you.